Hey guys, Todd from Juno Bait, inside Juno Bait, Friday afternoon, Catch 360. Oh, it's been a long day, huh? But I'm not missing my video for the day. Catch 365 coming at you. If you've followed the Catch 365 segment over the years, this is one that through the different informative stuff I've talked about before, not so much in video form, so I'm gonna get you the rundown, and I think this will be pretty helpful for a lot of you who are interested in fishing at the Juno Beach Pier, whether you've been there a little bit, a fair amount, or even for some people that have been there a lot and are still a little confused about some of the different tackle that gets used there and some of the different things that they do. So today, I'm gonna give you a rundown on the 3 most common rod and reel combos that get used on the Juno Beach Pier. I'll talk briefly about some of the uses for them and different things that you can do. Obviously these are going to be slightly general. There can be variation to it. It's not written in stone. But the rods that I'll talk about will cover a lot of things. And the Juno Beach Pier and the Lake Worth Pier and other piers in South Florida, a lot of them have like a 3 rod limit. And so these 3 rod and reel combos will cover you for almost everything that you need to do. Let's start first with the lighter end of the spectrum. And that's gonna be a spinning combo somewhere in the 7 to 7.5, possibly 8 foot range, line class rating of approximately 10 to 20 pound, something with a softer tip, actions, tips and the action is gonna be personal preference. This one is a matrix blank Juno Bait custom, fitted with about a 2,500 to 3,000 size spinning reel. So you have 7 foot, 8 to 17, 3,000 Stratic on this combo. This is something that you will use for sabiki and live bait. You could jig for pompano with this. It'll be good for throwing smaller lures for mackerel, like your smaller X-Wraps. Great rod for a multitude of purposes. Will work for throwing a crappie jig, if you have it light enough, just a lot of different stuff. You'll find that the light spinning rod is extremely necessary for a lot of different actions, a lot of different things when you're fishing on the pier. And you definitely, almost always 12 months out of the year, will have use for your light spinning rod. Rod caddy! 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 Thank you. Second will be another spinning rod, a little bigger. You're gonna want something in the 8 to 9 foot range. This is a Juno Bait custom, 9 foot, 15 to 30 pound. This is the new Bushido 9 footer, great filling rod. Matched with something in the 5 to 8,000 size spinning reel. Sarah goes to 6,000 here. The heavier spinning reel will be for throwing bigger X-Wraps, bigger swimming plugs. You'll use this certain times when you're throwing a spool tech, bigger swim baits, and it's also something that you can use for flatline and live baits for snook. So a heavier spinning rod, and also one that will be used for different bottom fishing, pompano, stuff like that if you're trying to throw out a bottom rig. So a lot of uses for the 9 foot spinning rod. The tip action in this one's going to be personal preference. Going to match this with about 30 to 50 pound braid. Very versatile, one that you will need, for throwing lures, flatlining, all kinds of different stuff. Definitely one that you will need. Caddy! Thanks, Caddy. And then the third combo will be a heavy conventional. This is a CalStar 550 9 foot custom that was built at Juno Bait, paired with something in a 4.0 size reel. This is the Penn Senator US edition narrow version. Something that you're going to be able to fit 30 to 80 pound test on. You'll use this for bottom fishing for snook. And if you get the right rod, you could also use it for throwing out bottom baits for permit fishing, some different things like that. So it's one that you need for the bigger stuff. You big snook, permit, tarpon, mullet run, live baits, that kind of stuff. This is one that you need. Caddy, caddy. hopefully that rundown helps out. That'll get you the going on the 3 combos that you will need. Come by and see us at the shop. We can get you set up with any of those. They're just suggestions that will help cover a lot of different things that get done on the pier. You don't need those 3 every time you go out there. If you go out specifically to jig for pompano, you know, you obviously don't need a heavy bottom rod and the big spinning rod, but those 3 rod and reel combos will cover you for just about everything that happens on the Juno Beach Pier. Appreciate you guys watching. Everybody have a good weekend. We'll talk to you next time.
Subscribe to the Juno Bait channel and give us comments if you have any questions.
There you have it. Comments if you have any questions.